something. Another rattle. At least he's trying, but I mean, you have to show me. Your rattles aren't the same as a KD rattle, as a Kyrie rattle. You're not proven yet. So those rattles it doesn't mean nothing to me. It's different context. If you're a closer and you rattle, it's like, that bitch is just missing. But no. Yo, Van Fleet. God damn, yo. They got bailed out. They called it inadvertent travel. It's actually a steal, but they got bailed out. But like, yeah, the rattles like Kyrie, KD, you know what I mean? Those elite closers, Booker, if they get rattles, it's like, yo, they're so elite. Shit, that just inches away. You get what I'm saying? You rate the miss. But someone who's not clutch, if they just rattle, you look at it as like, they even got nice with the rattle. They probably were about to brick that. You know what I'm saying? It looks different than someone who's actually clutch because we seen you close. You know what I'm saying? We seen you close. So it's different context, right? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing here? Tobias is going to be Tobias has to carry Shake? Oh my God. That one rattled too. That's unlucky. But I still, like I told y'all, I don't trust Philly. I don't. I never will until they show me. What are we doing here offensively? He's going to go to work as Tobias. That's a Kablunski. Even Pascal, I don't trust in the clutch. You already know. Even with a 10-point cushion. But that's a different story. MB, go to work. Where are we going slow pace? What is this? Like, what? Dog, you can even see their body language. Look at their body language. It's like they already feel defeated. Like, come on now. Other teams, even Raptors, you come back, you're down 10. It's okay, let's go now. Now's the time. Let's go, guys. Like, Philly, I don't trust them. I told you, all this hoopla it's always been hoopla with Philly. I have never believed that hype. Same thing with Milwaukee all those years. It's the same shit to me. I don't ever believe them. Knock it down then. Another rattle. God damn, how many rattles? Knock it down then. Another miss. Ankle, he pushed him into him. Embiid he got 3 straight rattles? But like I told y'all, his rattles are different than Kyrie's rattles. You know what I'm saying? Like, he hasn't shown me he's clutch at any time. So I don't even believe those rattles. I don't believe them. I don't believe those rattles. And now Raptors, obviously, they're going to start just fouling. But here, go to work. It's Tobias is going to go to work. My goodness, clogging. Bain should be on the perimeter. And then another foul. See? And he's going to sell the foul, and then they're just going to come back slowly with free throws. Without free throws, where would they be? Look at this. All of it is free throws. Without the free throws, where would they be? Where? Yeah, Van Fleet. Yo, you can't be You see how what I'm saying? Y'all always be saying, oh, just because he did it 1-2 times, y'all, Van Fleet, he's pulling the midi. I don't believe it till I consistently see it. I don't believe it. Look at this shit, man. What are we doing? Right here. Oh, my goodness, man. Escape to the left, shot. Look at the space. Look at this. He's going to drop back to the roller. You have this whole area. A shot in the clutch time. I told you. Come, yo. Look at this. Even on the shield. Look at this. Now you want to escape. Like, now then you go and you end up in the paint. With all those areas you had. Like, come on now, man. Oh, goodness, man. That shit is so frustrating, man. What are we doing here? D up. And then another foul. Bruh. All fouls. You're going to bring these guys back? All fouls? What are we doing here? Pascal, you have Harris on you. Go to work. Get the ball. What are we doing? Powell has to come get it. See? Nope. Didn't work out. Thibault, they have great defense. Look at this. No ability. What are we doing here? And then they call foul on OG. That's a bailout. They actually patted the Raptors that whole possession. That's a bailout. All right, what we doing? Here? Embiid has it. See Embiid. Okay, good take, boy. Tobias. Even Tobias needs to get more love in the clutch. Like, you have Tobias. Let Tobias and Seth Curry perform more in the clutch. Give them the rock more. But again, I don't trust the personnel. I don't trust the Embiid-Simmons combination in the clutch. I don't trust that. Where the defense? Kill him. That's too open. Good drift, Van Fleet. You missed it. They pushing now. It's not over. It's blow by. Open. Yo, look, god damn. Philly. Y'all can't shoot? Yo, oh, this nigga Pascal got lucky. Good alley. Bro, and then it just became free throw game. We don't even need to watch that shit, man. What a wonderful, wonderful win. Great win by the Raptors versus the 76ers, who are number one in the East, right? Great win by the Raptors. When you look at it, the Raptors are finally, they're one game above 500 now. That is a great win when you look at it. And that is something that is like, wow, that like, obviously most people expected them to lose, right? Bully. But I told you, I never really trust in Philly. I don't ever really trust in them at all. But anyways, let's look at, basically like what transpired. We know that there's moments where they had to, put Baines into matchup when Embiid, because obviously to start the game, it was more so, it wasn't like he was just cooking in the paint. It was just more so like the rebounding and stuff like that. It was those type of things that like kind of hindered in situations. Plus Simmons is big, he's 6'10", so you have a lot of length. Tobias Harris, like you have a lot of length. And Raptors did do a pretty good job, especially coming back. But what Nurse was doing was what he did in the playoffs, where he would play Boucher at the 4 and Baines at the 5, which is similar to when he played Ibaka and Gasol to match up with just their length, and where you control more rebounds, you have more girth and more size and length inside anyways. And when he did that, that also gave a little bit of a boost. But when the Raptors made their biggest run was when Boucher was at the 5, right? It was still technically small ball. Like even Boucher at the 5 is still kind of small ball, right? So when you had Boucher at the 5, you're so athletic, plus with speed and all of that type of stuff, that now when it comes to the paint, everyone comes in, you dig, you reach. VanVleet gets cookie on Embiid. You know what I'm saying? Boucher's blocking Embiid from behind. All that type of stuff, and Embiid's not imposing his will. So when you look at it, they did a great job. This is a guy who's averaging basically 30 that didn't even get to where he normally be getting, right? So that just means you played great defense. You did things that were in your favor, right? You played with good energy, with good athletic ability, good agility, all of that type of stuff, good mobility in general. And like you look at it, Embiid 6 for 20. 6 for 20. This is a guy who's been eating and killing and doing all that type of stuff. 6 for 20. He had 25 points, 17 rebounds. Obviously, the 17 rebounds is elite. Only 2 offensive rebounds, but he had 17 rebounds. 6 for 20. And the fact that he actually would have only had, what is that? 13 points. Sorry, he would have had only 13. Yeah, he would have had 13 points. But, you know what I mean? You would have had 13 points because what? He shot 6 for 20 and 1 was a 3. He would have 13 points, but 12 of his points was free throws. That's why he got to the 25. 6 for 20 is atrocity. So, Tobias Harris, 6 for 17. Only one who did was Seth Curry, 4 for 12. Shake Milton, 3 for 11. The only one who did good was 9 for 11 Simmons. And that's literally like, that's a testament to the defense. And that's what I try to tell you. It's not just, obviously it looks like small ball is not going to work, but when Raptors have good perimeter defense. The issue was always the interior defense. But now when you have the big, and you're now, again, you're up-tempo, you're playing more so in a half-court game. When you're now missing shots, you're now not as fast-paced, you're slow-paced. So now when you miss, then you have to come back, and now they're up-tempo and stuff like that. It affects you. They're playing on a set defense a lot of the times when you actually have the small ball lineup, because you're scoring up-tempo, and then they're playing slow, right? And you could just helter-skelter on defense. The perimeter defense has never been the issue for the Raptors. It's been the interior defense, the times they beat them and whatever. That's what has been the issue. But now you have bare perimeter players, and now because you have all perimeter players, they come in, they gap, they run in, they reach, they run. This mobility is just panic on offense, right? It's just panic. They're just running all over the place, rotating, helping each other, just scattering all over the place. Great mobility. There's no lack of movement or lack of mobility when you have a Baines, right? So the fact that they're doing that, that's great. You know what I'm saying? Now when we look at Philly, like, I don't... First of all, sorry, the Raptors are now what? They're fifth in the standings or something like. Yeah, they're fifth. They all went all the way up to fifth. Like, remember where the Raptors were? Bottom of the conference, and they went up to fifth. And I said the Raptors are going to be fifth, sixth to end this. I always had that as my prediction. Obviously, Pascal's play affected the start, but now they're finding what works for them. Now, like, it's a long season. You obviously you overreact, but you don't. Like, you react, but you don't overreact to, oh, my God, they're not going to make the playoffs, the season done. Like, the Raptors aren't, like, a terrible team. Like, they never were. Their record was worse than what they were. There's a lot of things, like, obviously they're not in their home building. There's a lot of things going on, but the main thing wasn't even just that. It was the fact that Pascal was underperforming hella.
and the loss of the bigs, like I've always said and repeated like a dead horse, right? So that's been the issue. Now that they've cleaned some of it up and Nurse has found ways to manipulate the lineup in order to, have the deficiencies show less, that's obviously what's now made the Raptors thrive. And they're doing this even without Lowry. They're now fifth. They're one game above 500. They're better than the Celtics, right? They're one game, they're tied with the Pacers, so they're basically fourth seed right now. Only 2 games away from, 2 games back from the third seed. So I expect them to be in this ballpark, right? But like Boston is struggling right now. But even then, it's just this is great for the Raptors. They found what's working and they're gonna stick to doing it, and they have momentum, and they're just they're on a run right now. They're on a run right now, 1-4 straight, so that's great. 7-3 in their last 10. So that's what elite looks like from the Raptors' end. But when you look at it from Philly, like I said, I've never trusted Philly. I've never looked at Philly as, oh, they're that team, they're this, they're that. Like, I never looked at Philly like that. I never really, Philly's not elite in that sense. Like I told you, I don't trust their closing ability. Like, them blowing out teams and killing teams in regular season, all that type of stuff, like, it's more so we're okay. You know what? That's elite. They're moving clean. All of that type of stuff is great and is gravy and is Gucci, right? But when you look at it from, like, closing, good, big-time scenarios, big game matchups, playoff type of teams, closing in these situations, I don't really ever trust Philly. Philly, since day one, has lacked closing ability. Until Butler came, he solved that. But I'm talking about in terms of Embiid and Simmons tandem duo. They've never been a closing ability team. Even when they faced Tatum, remember the first year they went to the playoffs and they were facing Tatum. Tatum and the young boys without Kyrie were closing, right, as rookies. So it's not like, oh my God, no, Sixers are young. They were using that excuse, but the Celtics were also young too, and they were closing. Like, their closing has been so bad. They'll go from Eden, then all of a sudden in the clutch, Embiid is not doing the same moves he's doing. He had that little DeRozan factor that DeRozan was doing with the Raptors. You're doing the shimmies, you're doing the elite moves, but then when it comes to the clutch, you're doing the most basic moves. You're not moving the same fluidity. You're not moving with the same type of aggressiveness, the same type of confidence. You're not moving like that when the clutch matters. It's more so try and draw a foul, and if not, maybe the easy, obvious take when you get it. But it's not like the same step back, the same. They're not like, you can even see it in Embiid's body language. Like, he always moves like that in the clutch, regardless. He always moves like that in the clutch, right? And then Simmons, he'll do the turnovers. Like, they will do turnovers as a team. Like, their poise they never had poise. And a team with no poise, and people just look at, you have to have context. Ability, poise. There's people who have no ability but have poise. There's people who have ability and poise. Those are the top tier, and those are the elite guys. It's like, how can you beat them? But there's people who have the ability and then they have no poise. And that's where those guys being the main guys will never be the success story. Because poise, like, their palms are always sweaty. At some point, is there a gift and a curse, right? So when you look at it, like, that's how I see Philly. Like, that's how I see Philly. That's how I'm beating them. They have to show me. And when I see too many characteristics of who you are, and that's what I'm saying, it's not even just your play style. It's your characteristics. This is your mental fortitude. This is like your actual just characteristics as a human being. That's something that you're born with. That's what they say, that person's born with. This the poise, the clutch. Like, you could teach someone that all day, but in that moment, someone's gonna panic, and this person's not gonna panic. That's just your makeup. That's just your mental makeup. You can't really practice that. You can't really teach that. You're just born with it. And that's where I look at it. Like, when I look at Embiid, I don't see Embiid and Simmons. I don't see them just born with that closing ability, born with that IQ. That's what I do. Poise. I'm going to get a bucket, slow it down. Nope. Are you dumb? Move him to the corner. Like, I don't see that. I don't see that. How many times are we going to be like, they're young? Like, this is Embiid's MVP year, and yet in the clutch, it's still the same thing like it wasn't his MVP year. And that's the same thing. Who's the last time that happened to? Giannis. MVP year, you're thinking, oh my God, his MVP is going to. No, and when it matters, it's who you are is who you are. No matter what, MVP, no matter what. We've seen that with James Harden. We've seen that with so many plethora of guys. In those moments, what do? Especially playoff time. And this is a situation, Embiid, the Philadelphia 76ers are going to have to show me. And that's why I always said the one who more so I could trust in the clutch is Seth and Tobias. But are they enough to, like, take you over the top versus the Tatums and the Browns, the KDs and the Kyrie Harden? You know what I'm saying? Like, those are supreme elite guys. Regular season versus random whatever, yes, you could trust that. But versus the actual in pressure situations in playoffs where you don't even need to defend an open shot. Man, don't even hit an open shot not because the defense is there, because there's pressure. It's fourth quarter, it's clutch, it's playoff. Open shots aren't the same open shots in regular season. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many different things that are factors into everything. But like I said, I don't believe in Philly. Like, they're gonna have to show me. I've seen too much instances. There's certain people, certain things that when I look at them, they're elite. Yes, don't get it twisted. They're elite. But there's a difference between being elite in just general and elite in big moments. You get what I'm saying? Elite or all time or great in big moments. Like, it's two different levels. It's tiers. There's tiers to this. So, you know what I mean? Obviously, Embiid, obviously he is MVP candidate right now. A favorite right now, obviously. But like I told you, it's just big moments. He has to show me. He has to earn my trust. You know what I'm saying? He has to earn it. I'm not just giving it to him because I saw regular season numbers. Like, it doesn't work like that. It don't work like that. Anyways, you already know it's true talks. It's true talks. Great win for the Raptors. Great 4-game win streak. People thought it was a tough schedule and it's about to be, they're going to drop again. They're going to drop a couple of games again. They're going to have to make up ground. Like, the fact that you could beat these teams is only going to give you even more confidence and more confidence for even the future and stuff like that. And then Lowry's not even there. My OG missed the one game, right? This is great confidence builder and great momentum push for the Raptors to just change it around. And who knows? Maybe they could get to a 3rd seed, a 4th seed. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I still see them around 5th, 6th seed because I think Boston is going to turn it around. I think the COVID has affected, obviously, Tatum. Their whole lineup, Marcus Smart is out. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I feel like they're going to turn it around. And I think they're going to be a 4th, 3rd seed. You never know. But Celtics, Raptors, I see 5th, 6th seed. That was my projection coming into the season, and that's where I think they're going to land. But from where they were to where they are now, that's that mental fortitude. That's what elite looks like. You know what I'm saying? You already know. I appreciate y'all. Share, like, and subscribe. Thank you for the donations. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all. You get what I'm saying? If you want to donate to your boy, click that Patreon link to donate monthly as little as 2 months. Or if you want to set it and forget it, that's what you do. But if you want to donate one-time donation, click the PayPal link and you can just donate one time to your boy to help support the cause. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. And I'm out, man.